remember how it started. Well, okay, we can take it. We can talk about how we started, and we can take it from
Well, we go
Purple
back
Gums
to
-1.
well, we go back to a point where
Wait a minute. Are you filming?
Yes.
Okay.
we go back to a point where I had a group, the one that I had used around town for a long time, called the Motet, and the low brass part in that group. By the way, Mo here meant Mo versus less, M-O apostrophe. And so that's our little joke.
Little joke.
Yes. William, I can remember William showing up at LACMA to one of our concerts, and at that point I had a trombone player. And I don't know exactly if somebody introduced us or whatever, but I remember talking. And so when the trombone player had occasion to move out of the area, and I needed that low voice, that's when I think I asked him to join the band. But from that, William and I and a saxophone flautist from the Bay Area named Francis Wong, we had all played with a piano player from the LA Basin. What's his name?
Glenn Horiuchi.
Glenn Horiuchi on separate occasions. And when he died, we were at, I think, a memorial service for him, and I said to the saxophone player, why don't we get together, the three of us, and start to play? I didn't have anything particular in mind, but I just thought, it'd be great since we all have a common interest in a certain kind of music, And so we started this group, and we recorded, and William came up with the idea of calling it Purple Gums, which is another, you know that story already, don't you? But I don't think we started off having a specific plan. We just knew we wanted to play together on occasions, and we'd have a group that actually had a name and sort of a repertoire. Well, then after having for years played with that group, sometimes here we had things that we wanted to do where Francis, we couldn't bring him down here for some little thing that only paid us $50 each or something like that. So we said, well, let's start doing things just you and I, and we'll have a name for it. Then he came up with this thing about what the chemical formula for brass or whatever. You can start.
I'll take it from there. Yeah, I'll take it from there. So, we're CuZns, CuZN, copper and zinc. Brass instruments are made of brass, believe it or not. Although this is not totally true. I don't know if you want this diversion, but a brass instrument is defined by how you make the sound, which is with lip reeds. So any lip reed is a brass instrument, whether it's a shell, like a conch shell, or bones, or whatever. If you do this, it's a brass instrument. But the modern brass instrument, which is not modern, right? They're hundreds of years old, are made of brass, and brass is made of copper and zinc. Cu for copper, Zn for zinc. So that's CuZns, and we're cousins, because all black people are related, in the United States. And most of them, it's not as true now. In the old days, they'd admit it, Now they don't admit it. In the old days, if you walk down the street, you see a black person, you say hello, one way or another.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I walk down the street, black person coming towards me, I say hello, and they keep walking. I say, well, you're gonna need that familiarity if the orange guy gets elected again. You're gonna need that. So yeah, we're CuZns, and it's worked out since then. It's worked out. I will say that Purple Gums, okay, I came up with the name, but I only came up with the name because on a trip to San Francisco to do that first gig, Bobby was talking about purple gums and black people. Purple gums. Mine are not purple. And even when I've had gingivitis, they haven't been purple.
But you see, historically, well, any time, then or now, the blacker you are as a black person, the more
Melanin, he means.
Huh?
Melanin. The blacker you are, melanin.
Yeah, the
Because
blacker
I'm very
you are,
black,
melanin.
brother. I'm very black.
Then
But some people
more
call me
related to
yellow.
that is the gum tissue. If you're really black as night, like some black people are, like
So Blackie's blue.
Yeah, the gum tissue goes with what the color of your skin too. It, and so in the South, uh, in a very disparaging way, white people would say if they were talking about something that was poisonous. Say, "Oh, don't touch that. That's poisonous as a blue gummed inward," right? And so in the area all over the South, there are lots of really black people who are not mixed at all. They're still black as night. And of course, you grow up with a kind of negative on that. White people reinforce the negative, and black people take it and run the other way with it too. Until James Brown said, told us all, "I'm black and I'm proud," and black is beautiful. But we were at one concert someplace, and William said, Mr. Bradford will explain to you what we mean by the purple gums. And somebody came up to me after what it was and took offense to it. I said to this person in a friendly way, I said, "You still a slave, because you are actually ashamed of your black skin, because white people, that's part of the legacy of slavery. They made you feel like you're ugly, but that was part of the control process, wasn't it?" I can remember somebody was writing about something. So now this will be good for you and all your woolly-haired brothers, which meant that mass of kinky hair was ugly, you see. And so if you went for that, as many of us did, you see, and many of us put a hot comb in our hair, heated onto it, and tried to straighten it out so it wouldn't be kinky, because we had been convinced that was unattractive.
Well, when I did my California curl, I did have a California curl.
What is a California?
It's like a jury curl, but not as much goop.
Yeah.
It's a straightener.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that from shame. I did that for fashion.
Oh, okay.
I did that to catch the girls.
I understand it, but see that's a little.
Or women. Pardon me.
That's a little different, but on the one hand, that what that says is that Jerry curl is, to the people who are using it, you are saying that's more attractive than the big bushy woolly hairdo.
If you want to look at it that
Yeah,
way.
that's the way to look at it. That's just
Well,
like, but you see, I would always add to that.
See,
Yeah.
I could disagree, but you my cousin,
Yeah.
so I let you off.
Okay, it's okay. But you see,
Yeah.
the thing is, and I've said to my class, every year I'd have a class at Pomona College where we talk about this. I said it took a while for me to figure out what that was all about. But I hadn't spent a lot of time thinking about it all my life. As a kid, growing up, I wanted that fried hair with the hot comb.
Conch.
Yeah, I was going to come to that. I wanted a conch, but my father said, "Not here," because all the young men my age, that parents would let them do it, they had a conch. You mix this lye and egg whites and mashed potatoes, you put that in your hair, and then when you rinse it out, your hair is straight. Might be as straight as yours until they start to grow out the new hair. So you're saying this straight hair, like white people, is beautiful, and that woolly, kinky hair is unattractive. And if you bought that, even if you didn't intend to, you pass that on to your children. You don't have to say anything, or just look at you. You straighten yours, I'll straighten mine, But I like the idea of that thing where we're confronting that. See, because I had so many people that were saying, "Well, is that gum disease, purple gums?" And then you get the conversation begins,
Yes. So from there, since we're a subgroup of purple gums, so they're like our relatives, purple gums. So we're cousins.
So now,
We're cousins.
the truth is,
There you go again.
we're all cousins, because we all come from the first woman. Unless you think there were many women at the same time.
Well,
Now this opens another can of worms.
I kind of think there were many amoebas.
Many, yes,
Many amoebas.
I get that, but there had to be a first woman.
Well,
It's not like saying man discovered
well,
fire
wait a
in
minute,
different
wait a
places
minute.
around
There's
the world.
The chicken.
But
there's
there had
the chicken,
to, even if
and there's the egg.
yeah, even so,
What came first, man? Chicken
we don't know.
or the egg?
but whatever it is, there had to be one thing first, whatever it was.
I don't know.
In other words, we didn't have a chicken and an egg both at the same time, did we? Right? This is fun, isn't it? And so there had to be the idea that we can all be traced back to the first woman just starts all kinds of hell, doesn't it? You can see the people, if they'd invite me to speak to the Senate and the Congress rather than Washington, and after they left there,
I'm not buying it, brother.
yeah, they'd say, arrest that.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Right.
I'm not buying
I
it.
love, but you see, the idea is, I love the idea of spending some time thinking about that than how much liquor I'm going to drink at the next party. It's like when I was in college, the guys were trying to get me to join the Greek letter groups, fraternity groups. I said, all you guys do is just talk about drinking. You don't do any, on this particular college campus, I don't know about the other. I said, you guys don't do any community service. There are no scholars in your group here. You don't spend any time with that. You don't.
You're a very high-minded youth, weren't you?
I guess so.
Very
I'm just
high-minded.
saying, I'm not going to join a group just so that I can have a real heavy alcohol party a couple of times a month. But you see, I came from a family we didn't drink. So that might have been my thing about that.
But you had a party once a week
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Oh yeah, we had a big party on Sunday,
See?
and every now and then we get to drink that little grape juice.
First Sunday.
Yes.